Hey, good morning. It's a little after 3 a.m. I got up at 3. I have a 3-hour drive ahead of me, lots of threes. And so I'm heading out to meet up with two of my mentorship students, one of which who lives out in this area that I'm going to. And the reason I'm doing that is it seemed like a great idea for everybody involved, and I thought it would work out well to go to an area that somebody lives and work with them there. Instead of having them come to my spots that I've done the research and found the spots and, found the birds, I'm gonna instead go to her area and see what she's found, what she's researched, and let her find the birds, So that is certainly one of the things I've been trying to teach a lot of my students, is not only how to photograph things and how to photograph things creatively, but how to find these birds and this wildlife in the first place. So it should be a really nice day. I love exploring new areas that I've never seen before, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then after I work with these students for a few hours in the morning, I'll probably head off on my own and just see what I can find. So it's going to be one of those days that's kind of like taking me back to how it all started when I'm shooting on my own, at least, in that I'm just going to be kind of wandering around in an area that I've never been and never seen and haven't done any research. So I don't have any preconceived notions of where to go or what to look for. That being said, I know so much more now than I did, 10 years ago when I had started this, where I would just wander into the woods aimlessly. Now I know how to hear birds, which is way more important, but I also know what habitat to look for and, just lighting and what areas are going to look better, in different settings. So it's going to be a little bit different, but I'm really looking forward to just kind of having a no-plan day and working with some really good students today. They're a lot of fun, and it should be a good time. It's just about noon now, full sun. It's been that way for a couple hours now. I wrapped up with my students earlier. We had a decent morning. The main targets were black-throated blue. You can hear one singing right there. We found 4 of them, and nothing great. It was real dark and raining when we first started, and we had one come in pretty close, so those shots are going to suffer because of that. Then the next couple that we found didn't want to come too low, so that was tough. And then the last one we found was really good, but then it was when the sun started really coming out and just in and out, so there was maybe some with good light. After I left my students, I ended up working with that same black-throated blue and got it on. It just landed on this amazing perch and started working around it with these red leaves, these fresh spring red leaves, and it was bouncing around, grabbing bugs and insects off of the leaves, eye level, because I had climbed up a mountain at that point, kind of the mountainside, not like the entire mountain. I had just climbed up to get a little bit more eye level with where it was hanging out. And so that was great, but the light was like that. So no good light. So that really sucked because it was on this perfect perch, eye level, super clean background, foraging, facing me, facing away, singing, like everything perfect. And that was my first time really working with black-throated blue, so it's such a bummer when the light just does not cooperate, but that's how it goes. What else did we have? We had bay-breasted this morning, so that was cool. I may have a decent shot of that. That was just a migratory bird moving through, but really cool because that was the first one of the students had ever even seen one, so that was nice. And that same person also got their first worm eating, so that was nice. So we didn't have a ton of cooperative birds, so we didn't get to work on a lot of stuff, but beautiful day out. Other than the sun right now, it's beautiful to be out hiking, which is what I'm doing right now, just exploring a new area. Like I said, I love doing that. It's a lot of fun. It's just gorgeous up here. I haven't seen another single person other than the people that I've been working with as I've been hiking around, and a few people driving the roads. So it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna explore a little bit more and see if this light looks like it's gonna change soon. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, but I don't know if I can hang around long enough because I have a full day tomorrow as well. So I'll update you with that and let you know how I do. It's still super sunny. Just doing another hike right now. Little cloud cover right there. Got a black-throated green singing right there you can hear. Just enjoying the nice weather, doing a little more hiking, seeing what else I can find. If I get some steady overcast, which it looks like some clouds might be coming in soon, within the next half hour hopefully, I'm gonna head back to the black-throated blue that I had and see if he's still hanging out there, see if I can get that shot, because I can get black-throated green where I'm gonna be for the next couple days, but I can't get black-throated blue, so definitely gonna try and get that while I'm here today. Also, just love hearing that song. All right, currently back with the black-throated blue. There he is singing, and just patiently waiting for clouds to come over and hope he's in a good spot. He's just been bouncing around and feeding all around me here, and you can see this is the habitat. It's just dense mountain laurel, open deciduous trees here, and I'm elevated, so when he hits any of these taller trees, I can still shoot eye level and not have sky behind him. All right, so I triumphed. I went back to the spot with the black-throated blue. He was there working the area, feeding high but a lot low as well, like right in the middle where I could see him at eye level where I was set up. But this light, the sun was killing me. Every single time he hit the perch I really wanted, which he would go in there every 10-15 minutes maybe and start feeding. Every single time he did that, full sun. Every time there was clouds, down in the brush or up too high. It was unbelievable. And I had to sit there and wait for a solid hour to get this bird to finally go into that spot when there was clouds. And finally it happened. And now I gotta get going. I gotta boogie home and I gotta start this all over again tomorrow. What a blast. It was a giant, I was gonna say a giant pain in the ass, but not really. It was tough, but I'm glad I stuck it out. I was ready to leave so many times and I just kept saying, just wait, just be patient. And I did, I managed to stay and wait, and I finally got the shot. So I'm really happy with it, and I'm really excited to share it with you. All right, 7:30 p.m., just got back. All the images are copied and imported. Everything comes in quick off this awesome card reader I've had for years. Battery's charging for tomorrow. So I have all my food ready. Gear is prepped other than waiting for the battery to finish charging. I could swap a new one in, but I just use the same one over and over again. It charges so quick. And at that point, I will put the cards in and format them because I got everything copied in the computer. And overnight, tonight, it'll get backed up on my backup local hard drive as well as online backup. So I'll have everything I shot all day today in 3 places by halfway through the night. I got another 3 to 3:30 wake up call tomorrow morning, so it's a nice early start. So I'm gonna make sure I have everything ready to go so I can just wake up, grab and go, be out the door. The weather looks pretty decent tomorrow, definitely warmer. So that's nice because I don't have to freeze in the mornings anymore, but it also means hot in the middle of the day, especially with the weather the way it's been lately with lots of sun, which sucks for the heat and it sucks for the lighting, especially when we're trying to shoot all day, which is what I'm trying to do tomorrow. In any case, fingers crossed we'll have some cloudy or mostly cloudy weather and some good birds tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to day 3 of 5 days in a row of running workshops, chasing warblers. It's been an absolute blast. I'll keep you up to date. Hey, good morning. Day 3 of heading out to photograph warblers very early in the morning. It's a little after, not a little after, until almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I was up at 3:30. Definitely feeling the fatigue a little bit today. Not like exhausted, but today I'm feeling it. Yesterday I woke up, felt great, was ready to go, well rested. Today it's catching up with me a little bit. Yesterday was a long day, but I got a nice easy drive. The nice thing about these long drives this early in the morning is 0 traffic on the roads, so I get to just set the cruise control and go, listen to some good podcasts, throw some tunes on if I get really tired, put the windows down if I get really tired, but it hasn't been that bad lately, and I think I'll be fine today. So meeting up with a client up in the Delaware Water Gap area of northwestern New Jersey, a beautiful kind of most mountainous area in New Jersey, and today the weather looks great according to the forecast. Now, these forecasts, who the hell knows what I'm gonna see today, but as of right now, it's saying mostly cloudy to total overcast all day long, and really nice warm temps, you know, into the mid to upper 70s. And where I first plan on going is really easy, not steep terrain. We're gonna be walking along a ridge. So we're gonna be at the top. We're gonna drive to the top and just walk along this ridge. So we won't have a lot of elevation to hike, which will be nice. And from when I was there 2 days ago, the birds were, in the first 5 minutes, had some really good birds. So fingers crossed, hoping it goes that way again today and we can find some good stuff for this guy. This is his second time coming up into the area. The last time he was up, we got some decent shots, but we missed out on a few of the great birds up there, including black-throated green and black-burnian. We'd seen them that day, and in fact, I did one of these stories about that day, but not any cooperative birds that day. They were all really high. Everything was staying high, nothing coming too low. So today we're hoping for a different story, but you never know. And I'm probably also going to try and take him to see some cerulean today. So I'll update you and let you know how it goes. Just wrapped up another day. Definitely had a successful morning. First half of the day was really good. Got some solid shots of black-burnian, worm eating. What else did we get? Red star, and had some amazing shots of black-throated green, a veery, and a northern parula. And then wrapped up the day. The second half of the day got sunny, like you see now. And wrapped it up with the cerulean. You hear him singing in the background right now, as well as some red starts. But the light was just really, really tough. There was a couple of maybe mediocre shots of the cerulean, but the black-throated green was the star of the show today, and the veery were really, really good. But saw 2 bay-breasted today, saw Nashville, so lots of stuff migrating. Just a beautiful day to be out again. Cannot get a full day of overcast. I guess it's just not gonna happen. We'll see if tomorrow works out. Hopefully, right now the forecast looks overcast all day, but you know, it's looked that way many times, and I get up here and it's either all sun all day or half the day is full sun. So, and once this happens, it's just doesn't work. So in any case, I'm just gonna wrap up, do a little bit more scout and see how many more cerulean I can find. I think I found like 5 or 6 of them already. There's a yellow singing off in the distance, red start singing. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and these birds are just going at it. Really singing loud. I think I hear a red-eyed vireo up there. So it's a really birdie spot, just no good for photos because this light sucks. Just to give you an idea, this is the Cerulean Habitat, so open, deciduous, higher elevation, not a lot of undergrowth, and yeah, they're singing up high in these trees. So I just managed to find my way into this, what looks like an old orchard of some sort. Just gorgeous flowering trees everywhere, yellow warblers everywhere, Baltimore oriole, red-eyed vireo. It's just gorgeous, and these flowers are just amazing looking, and I've gotten a few photos with the yellows on them already. I had gotten really busy over these few days and kind of forgot to do some behind the scenes, so I skip a few days here. It's day 6 of running workshops every day. It's been an absolute blast. Today I got some good rest, so feeling ready for the day. It's been really tough because every single day up here, the forecast has been for overcast and complete clouds. In multiple weather apps, it said the same thing. And every single day by 10 a.m. the sun is out, either mostly or entirely, and then the rest of the day is just sunny. So It's been real difficult. There's been a lot of working with birds and just having to sit there and wait for some tiny little cloud to come through and give us a break in the light so we can get a good shot. But we've been managing. Everybody's been really happy, been getting such an amazing variety of birds. It's been an absolute blast. Today I have a client. You saw that sunrise, looks really beautiful. So we're gonna start in a more open field with some blue-winged warbler, and there's some yellow around as well. So we'll see how that goes. And then we're gonna, from there, see what time it is, what kind of light situation is, and we might go to a spot I have for some black-throated green, and then I'm gonna see if they're interested in doing a little bit of exploring with me to check out a new area right by where the black-throated green is. There's a path that looks really beautiful visually, and I think there should be some good birds down there, so I kind of want to just check that out. So that's the plan today. Lately, black-throated green have been really good. Found countless Blackburnian. Yesterday I was with a client and we had some really cooperative ones that were in very interesting habitat and were actually hanging out low in this open forest with barely any hemlock around, which is not a normal fit. It was just really odd. So we were both surprised at that, but the birds came down and they were hitting some really neat open like maple leaves, so they were kind of real sparse so you could see the birds. And the only problem was the damn sun kept coming out. Every time the birds were in like really good spots, it was sunny, and so the shots are probably going to be crap, but it was really neat to see them low and that close. There's been some Cerulean Warblers that have been unbelievable. They've been such a blast. We did yesterday get some amazing photos of that species, and yesterday also got some amazing photos of yellow warbler in a really cool habitat. Just an orchard of all these flowering trees, and the blue-winged warbler were really good. Yesterday the client got a really good veery, and I'm trying to think what else. I think that was it for yesterday. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, hard work, putting in a lot of miles. Yesterday I probably hiked, I don't know, 8 or 9 miles, something like that, which doesn't sound too crazy, but you know, schlepping all the gear and everything, it gets old quick. And I'm gonna let you guys go because I want to put the windows down and start listening to the birds because I'm in the habitat. Oh man, what a day so far. This morning went great. Had really good blue-winged warbler. Got the client a really good yellow warbler shot. Got her a good red start shot. And then we went to a spot that I've been working with, a black-throated green. That went really well. And then, let's see, we did a little hiking after that. Found a Blackburnian that was semi-cooperative, so that was fun. And then wrapped up with another blue-wing that I had never seen before because we walked in a new area. Prairie warbler, didn't get shots of the prairie, but nice to see. But the blue-winged warbler, the second one we shot, unbelievable. Such an amazing photo on that bird. It was down around the ground, foraging and working. It was really cool. And then, bonus, we found a magnolia warbler, which she had never seen before. It was only my second or third bird seeing them. But unfortunately the sun was out, so no good shots of that. And it was a bummer because it was a real good bird, gave us real good looks, but just crap light, nothing we could do about it. So now I'm just sitting up on this ridge, hanging out. There's a beautiful view out in front of me, hanging in this hemlock forest here. And the reason I'm here is because I came to revisit a Blackburnian warbler that I had worked with last year that was incredible. And so I saw him 2 weeks ago. He was in the same spot, which was really cool. It's so neat to go back to the same spot and see the same bird again. But it was not as cooperative, just kind of staying real high in the trees and not foraging on or near the ground like it was last year. So the problem had also been they had the road closed to get there, so it required a near 2-mile hike and then another hike up a trail, up a steep mountainside, then another hike off the trail, even further up more steep mountainside to get to. So all in, you were looking at like a 3-hour round trip minimum just to get to this bird. And because it was kind of not as cooperative as last year, I didn't bother taking anybody to it. So today I had a half-day shoot with a client. Second half of the day was for me. I wanted to do some more scouting. I decided to come back here. Thankfully, the gate is open again. You're able to drive in, which made a huge difference. I didn't have to do the long hike in. And the bird is back to the way it was last year. And so I just got an incredible photo of this Blackburnian warbler. Just unbelievable. This bird loves to be down low around the ground and forages on the ground, and he landed in this spot, and even I think he even sang. Maybe he didn't sing, I don't remember at this point, but he was sitting right under this columbine flower, wild flower, beautiful little flower. And so I had this gorgeous bird with this beautiful little flower coming right over top of him. Just incredible. So such an amazing end to the day. And then I texted somebody I was working with yesterday, and they're still in the area and they're coming back. They want to see this Blackburnian warbler. I don't blame them. So I'm waiting for them. I just got a couple of hours to kill. I'm gonna hike around, see what else I can find, and then meet up with them and hopefully get them some great shots. So it's been an amazing day. I'm in such a great mood. It's beautiful out. The light is so-so. It's shootable, but not as overcast as I like. And I'll show you the view in just a sec. It's the next morning, and I'm just going to drive to start with the client and then scout the rest of the day. Some beautiful habitat here. Had a northern water thrush here the other day, but haven't heard it today. Black-throated blue warblers singing all over the place. And my friend had a Canada up here last year, but no sign or sound of that. Just walked up in this really cool property. Some real old buildings here. Such a beautiful day. Check out that old house. There's beautiful flowers over here too. Yep. Nice day to be out. Not good for photography, but nice day to be out. I had a decent morning with my client, but didn't do a lot of behind the scenes shooting, and then the next morning was free due to a reschedule, so I just did that on my own. Well, quite the interesting turn of events this morning. Number one, it's in the low 30s, so much colder than I expected, but that could be a positive. It's also a super clear day, so there's a chance I could photograph some birds with breath. I'm currently going after a Blackburnian warbler, so that would be an amazing addition to the list. I don't expect it, but there's a slight possibility. Second, I gotta hike to the top of this waterfall to get into the habitat of this bird. And it's a 150 foot, if not more, elevation change up the side of this steep mountain. And while I was ready and prepared to do that, I didn't expect the gate to be closed. So now I have an additional 1 mile hike, or a little bit more than a mile hike, to get in before I even climb. Also, this is the day I'm bringing the majority of my gear. So I have my wide angle pack, all my gear back here, plus the big lens. So I'm schlepping a lot of stuff in. So it's a clear day, it's a beautiful morning. Thankfully I got started early. I'm hiking in the dark. I don't know if you can see sunrise behind me back there, looking pretty beautiful. So I gotta get moving, see if I can go get these birds. Wish me luck. So this morning worked out nothing like I had planned. It was really cold, and I hiked in. I went all the way up the mountain to work with this Blackburnian that always, I mean always, is hanging low, feeding, sometimes on the ground, actually often on the ground. This morning, however, all the way up top, way up top. I don't know if it was just because it was cold or in the morning. This is also the first time I've ever shot it in the morning, so I don't know if that behavior changes throughout the day. But in any case, I barely got any photos of the bird, which is fine. Thankfully, when I climbed down the mountain, there's a little stream right behind me here, and there was a very cooperative Louisiana water thrush just feeding in the stream and landing on like mossy logs like you see right here next to my camera. It was actually walking along this earlier, so that was really cool. And so I got some shots. You know, I have a ton of Louisiana water thrush, and I really wanted to work with that Blackburnian again, but that's how it goes. You never know, even with birds that I'm telling you, every time I've ever seen this Blackburnian warbler, he's been great. And this morning, not so much. So even things that seem like a guarantee aren't always a guarantee. That's part of the fun and challenge and frustration of wildlife. But it's a beautiful day, and I'm very happy to be out here. All right, that's a wrap. 7 days of steady shooting just came to an end. It's about 10 a.m. The light's getting pretty harsh. It's a gorgeous day out though. And so hiking back to the car, gonna drive home. Got a lot of work to catch up on when I get back in the office. But the good news is in 2 days, I'll be back up here again, 2 or 3 days, something like that. I'll be back up here again running workshops again for the next 4 or 5 days. So I'm really looking forward to getting back up here. And I just wanted to say a big thanks for sticking with me, watching along. I hope you enjoyed a little behind the scenes here of what it's like for me when I'm up here working a lot. And also thanks to everyone who joined me for a workshop. It was an absolute blast. I loved seeing some of the photos you got, watching your faces when you got some of these new to you birds, some people, and others just getting great looks at some species they may have seen and photographed before. So it was a lot of fun, well worth all the work. And thank you all for allowing me to do this. This is, your support and hiring me for these workshops is what allows me to be up here and doing this. So it's been great. I have a lot to go through, and I'll have a lot of photos to share in the near future.